forgot to unmute Hieu.
Oh, sorry, Hieu.
Yeah, we have a guest on today, Hieu.
Hi, my name is Hieu. Good friend of Major.
He was here before whenever David was on, and
Yeah.
David's here too.
Yeah,
But
for background noise though.
yeah, yeah. You're helping us talk about whatever the hell we were talking about. I think like crypto or something.
Yeah,
And
something like that.
I don't know a whole lot about it, so it's good to have someone that knew at least a little bit about it. Because I know Major didn't know anything.
You know nothing.
But then
about
again, I don't know
crypto.
anything either.
Question. Where did y'all get the music, the intro music?
So I thought for a little while that we were gonna make it, like we were gonna like make our own song, and then I was like, you know what, it'd just be easier to pay someone to do it. So then I went on
Okay.
on a what's it called, Fiverr or Fever, whatever it's called, just like a
Yeah.
freelancing thing. So I found a guy and he was like, all right, I'll make it. So he made us a song.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We got our bear fact for today. You mentioned on one of the podcasts how like I mentioned that bears wake up at one time for hibernation. You said, do you think all the bears just like all wake up at once?
Yeah.
And then, well, they come together to hunt salmon. So when there's one bear in the river and a bear's walking by, they'll be like, oh, he needs help.
Really?
So then when one bear sees another bear, like
Hunting for salmon, he goes and helps out, get more salmon.
I thought bears were very like territorial.
yeah, you'd think.
I can't remember what the group of like what a group of bears is called.
A beast.
Bears.
Yeah, just bears.
A sleuth.
A sleuth? Oh, no, that was a sloth.
Sloth. There's
A sloth of bears.
yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Damn. I recently found out that like a bunch of crows are called murder.
Yeah,
Pack
Mm-hmm.
of murder.
murder of crows. And what was the giraffes? It was a tower of giraffes.
Yeah, tower of giraffes.
If you think about it, I saw a video of an elephant, just recently, and I was like, it's so nuts that elephants even exist. Like if you watch them like move with their trunk and like grab things and like put it in their mouth and then throw it around. It's like, what in the hell is that?
They actually have a lot of personality. I've seen videos of like elephants trying to be funny. Like they took a dude's hat and like hid it from him like under his lips or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
that.
think I saw the same video. But yeah, no, the elephants are bizarre, man. It's too bad they're endangered.
They are endangered.
Yeah,
They're pretty majestic creatures though.
they are. They're huge. Like if you've seen like a picture of an elephant, like a person sitting next to an elephant.
Dude,
How much do elephants weigh? That's probably like 5 tons.
a couple tons.
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder how much their poop, weigh.
Oh my gosh.
Like each
How big it
shit
is.
Probably the size of a bear.
25 pounds.
It's probably the size of me. No, dude, I'm 5'4". And
Yeah.
115 pounds. So very small person.
The African bush elephant on average weighs about 13,000 pounds. So a little over 6 tons.
Oh shit. Damn.
It's a lot of weight.
It's a big boy. So then now we can bring elephants into the conversation. Bear, gorilla, or elephant?
I don't think the elephant's winning anything, but I think it'll put up a good fight.
No, the elephant can just stomp them.
Stomp. I was gonna say, yeah, I can stomp, but
It's also got the tusks.
that is true. But that bear is faster.
You think that gorilla grabs a trunk?
Yeah, it could.
That'd be nuts. Then I wonder how strong their trunk is. Like if they could pick up an entire gorilla with their trunk, if they're that strong.
I doubt that.
But I mean, if they're 13,000 pounds, like it has to be crazy strong to be able to move that kind of weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like in proportion to their whole body, it's got to be crazy strong. Honestly, I'd pick an elephant to win the fight.
Really,
I would
Really?
in combat.
elephant versus gorilla
Yes. And I don't think the bear would even put up a fight, honestly.
against an elephant. I think the bear would have a good fight against the elephant.
Yeah.
I think it.
I think they'd both get just trampled.
The elephant might destroy that gorilla, but I mean the bear can move. The bear is quick. It's got claws. It can
Yeah.
make that elephant bleed out so fast.
the claws. Like gorillas?
I was looking at what's the main predators for elephants, you think?
Lions.
People.
Yes, people. People are the greatest threat of all time. But then lions, yes. Hyenas somehow. Hyenas are
Yeah, but I mean if there's a pack of like 40 hyenas, they'll take down a lion. If they outnumber it, hyenas will shred.
Can you think of another potential predator for an elephant?
Tiger,
No? Well, it could be.
hippo.
A crocodile.
A what?
A crocodile.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
It had to be like a bunch of crocodiles.
Yeah. What's a group of crocodiles called?
You're always looking for the name of the groups of them.
Have you seen like a hippo poop?
No.
Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're
flap
talking
their
about.
tails
They flop their
around.
tails and the poop just goes everywhere.
Spray, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that.
So there's actually 134 names for a collective group of crocodiles, but there's a basque, a congregation, a float, and a nest.
Mm.
I like the float.
Those are the 4 top ones.
A float of crocodiles. That's what I'm saying. It's just arbitrary. People just make up these names like a tower of giraffes. So what do you think a group of elephants is called?
A stampede.
Mm.
A herd.
A herd of elephants.
Yeah.
Nah, we need like a stomp of elephants.
A stomp. But yeah, people just make up these names. We should just make up one for people. Because I don't think people have like their own name as a group.
A community of
Yeah.
people.
Dang, okay, I think I just lost. Well done, Hugh.
A flock, a pod, a troop, a gaggle, pack, or tribe. Those are groups of humans.
That makes sense. The tribe one.
Yeah. Right now, we are a gaggle of humans.
A gaggle. But then who says that? Like you're out in public, oh look, that's a gaggle of humans.
That would be pretty weird if you heard that. Like,
You're at a baseball game and there's just like all these people huddled around like talking or something. You're like, dude, that's a gaggle of humans right there.
look at all those humans. You're like, what?
Yeah, no one would say that ever. You said you had something you wanted to talk about, Mary.
Oh yeah, Kanye West always has things to talk about.
Like he has things to talk about, or like when it comes to Kanye, there's always things to talk about him.
Yes.
Okay.
The second one.
Okay.
Did you hear the other day he leaked Drake's address?
I heard something about that. I just saw it in memes.
Did you
Yeah.
hear the? Did you see the response that Drake posted on his Instagram?
I didn't.
He was just laughing.
He was just laughing.
Yeah. I don't know if this is fake beef, but like, it's giving their album publicity. So.
Yeah.
No, they're definitely in on it. There's no way they're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. I mean, like
It's a great idea.
you notice with celebrities, they'll take like social L's to make $50 million.
Like
Ben Askren.
Logan Paul. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna
Ben
say.
Askren, yeah.
Like Ben Askren got his stuff rocked.
Dude, imagine paying to see that fight.
I
It
know.
was like less than 1 minute, and I was like, "Oh, come on!"
I remember watching that, and I'm thankfully the people I was watching with did not pay for it. They're like, "There's no way this is gonna be worth our time." But we were like, "Okay, let's just sit down and watch it." Snoop Dogg's there, and it's gonna be a great time. And it was like Snoop Dogg was so entertaining, and no, the fight was bone. It was
Ben
so
Askren,
bad.
Who?
Ben Askren, he was he's a wrestler, and
No, against who?
I think it was Logan Paul.
No, Jake
Oh.
Paul. Jake Paul.
Was it Jake Paul?
Jake
Are
Paul,
they
yeah.
both fighters?
Yes.
Well, one of them is a fighter. The other one is training to be a fighter.
Well, no, I think Logan Paul fought.
Floyd.
Floyd. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Jake fought Ben Askren.
Yeah.
And then who's fighting Tyron Woodley? That's a real fight.
Jake, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a real fight. Tyron Woodley is a real dude. That guy, I mean, I don't follow the UFC that closely, and I've learned more and more of the years, but Tyron Woodley had the belt, and I don't know which division, but he held it for at least a year, 2 years. I mean, he was like super, super good fighter. So when it comes to boxing, I don't know. We'll see, but that I'll watch that fight. I think that'd be a good fight.
Yeah, I'll watch that fight. Wouldn't pay for it though.
Breaking news on Kanye West. He legally changed his name to Ye. Y-E.
He legally changed his name.
He legally changed his name.
Yay.
How do you know this? Is it just posted everywhere?
I saw it on Instagram and then I looked it up to make sure, and it says Kanye West has formally filed to change his name to Ye. Born Kanye Amari West has filed the legal paperwork to change his name to Ye Omari West.
What a guy.
Just that, yeah, that's what you hear about him. Every time you hear something about him, it's just like, God, what a guy.
He's just doing crazy stuff, and then he tried to run for president too.
Yeah,
I forgot
what a
about
guy.
that. Yeah.
Remember he came out and said that like in 2015. He's like, I'm gonna run for president 2020. Or it's like, okay, whatever. But then he actually did it. I don't know how many votes he got, but people voted for him.
Yeah, there was a campaign and
Remember when
everything.
D's Nuts was on the
Yes, D's nuts.
That was like 2016, right?
yeah, yeah,
Good times, good times.
yeah. Kanye's crazy.
That was as good as it was gonna get for a long time.
Yeah. Well, Kanye. Okay, I take it back. Kanye's not crazy. He's got a lot going on. He's doing a lot of different things. Like, how is he? Like, he's doing fashion.
Yeah.
Like, big time fashion.
Yeah.
Like, I know he does the shoes, but then he like goes to, like these.
He made a collab with Gap. It's just a blue sweater, like just blue.
It's
And
just a blue sweater.
It sold $7 million.
No way.
And the CEO of Gap was like, it didn't make sense. We don't know how that happened. But like the hype culture around Kanye, or just like hype beasts in general, is just insane.
That's insane. Like, what does he do? Gosh, he's worth so much money. How does he just? Gosh.
Whenever he first started Yeezy back in like the late 90s, he was in like $50 million debt and was like begging people to help him out.
I remember that. I think he asked Mark Zuckerberg
Yeah, I
for
was gonna
money.
say, yeah. Mark.
He's like, Mark, I need some money. Help me out here. And then he's like, no.
Who are you?
But now apparently he's worth almost $2 billion.
That's crazy.
$2 billion.
Just wait.
And then you saw that car that Kim got.
I was gonna ask you about that. It's literally
the white one. With
Yes.
fur on it.
It's a Lamborghini
Yeah.
that she had covered in fur.
Yeah.
I don't even know what kind of, like, the outside of the car too.
Mm-hmm. Like, imagine like people that gotta clean that just having a stroke looking at it.
Not even that, but just, it's gotta be smelly. That car's gonna get so smelly.
Yeah.
She might drive that car like 2 times, maybe 3 times, and she's like, I don't want to get it anymore. It smells like booty.
Well, that's what happens when you got that much ass.
Man, and then Donda. So, like, what's this thing with Drake and Kanye? Like, are they gonna drop their album? Like, they're just waiting on each other to drop their album first?
Well, Kanye is waiting for Drake to drop the album. Well, the beef, apparently, it's been rumored that like Drake tapped Kim
Yeah.
a while ago, and like they had beef ever since, and now it's like been being brought to public. You know.
Interesting. And then Kanye drops his address. Like, he doesn't have 10,000 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say he literally has to move houses. Everyone knows that's Drake's house now.
Well, then, who was it? There's a friend that I know that said that when he was living in LA, that he lived in the same neighborhood as Drake. And then what ended up happening was he was always throwing these parties at his place in LA. And I think it was his neighbors or something that was always like calling the police, like filing noise complaints against him. So he bought their house. So then he just bought so he had his house and he bought his neighbor's house next door so he could just keep throwing parties.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you got that kind of money.
Yeah.
That is fuck you money.
That's-
Fuck you, I'm taking your house.
Like, I'm just going to buy your house. How much?
Damn. Balling like that.
But then you see when Drake rented out Dodger Stadium to go
for
on a date.
Like, what even? That's fuck you money.
And then Kanye did a really similar thing. He was living.
Inside one of the football
Mercedes-Benz.
stadiums.
No, it
Stadium.
was a basketball, I think.
It was
Wait, no.
the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah, he was inside
Yeah.
the Mercedes-Benz. He was living there in like a really crappy looking office.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 10,000 a night, like there, just to sleep there. I'm like, whoa.
He was like sleeping on a cot, like you would find in some dorm room in the middle of Chicago or something. I don't know. I'm
Nice
not
analogy.
I'm not harping on anyone who lives in Chicago. I mean, like, there's old schools in Chicago, like obviously University of Chicago, but just old dorm rooms. But anyways, it just looked like an old dorm room bed.
Yeah. Cinder block walls.
Yeah,
He's working out and stuff.
he's working out at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and living there. I wonder why you would want to do that. What, like, just
Sleep in your work environment. A lot of people do that.
yeah,
Especially Elon Musk does that.
yeah.
Sleeps at his factory.
We said something about he bought like a really small house.
Yeah, like 50,000 square feet. Is
That's
that a lot?
that's a lot.
That's pretty
a
big.
lot.
That's a lot.
Okay, I don't know about square feet, but like, I don't know. Something about,
$50,000 sounds right.
yeah,
for
it's
small.
$50,000.
Yeah.
It's pretty small.
He's like in his his thought process behind it is that people who don't like him, don't have like any ammunition against him, be like, oh no, just obviously he's worth so much money. He was the wealthiest person on the planet, that we know of for some time back in January, February, whenever Tesla stock was doing really well.
Yeah.
But then he can just go do whatever he wants, like go to Mars. So that's what he's doing.
It's pretty cool. I mean, you think we will reach Mars, or like human reach Mars by the end of our lifetime, or during our lifetime?
Oh, our lifetime for sure.
I would say during our lifetime. Our
Really?
technology has been so rapidly evolving.
That's true.
We talked about it last episode, but like the technology really has a huge flip in between generations. So like our grandparents' generation, when they were alive in like the 30s, it was completely different than cars that have Bluetooth audio, like you said.
Right. Hieu, if Elon or Jeff, whoever does it first, does like regular commercial travel to and from Mars, would you go?
Would I go?
It's a 9-month trip.
9 months trip.
Yes. Depending on how fast the ships get.
Well, also depending on like if I'm the first one, or is there like many trials already?
Oh no, like let's just say it's been out for like a
Oh.
couple years now and people are just going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You would go?
For sure, yeah, I would go like in a heartbeat. If the money,
Yeah.
the money, that's the thing.
That's what I was talking to Major about too, is like realistically, my ticket to go would cost more than Hugh's ticket to go, or David's ticket to go, or Major's would cost more than both of y'all's too, because we weigh more.
Yeah.
And so there was that idea, or just the kind of the fact of doing space travel in general. I looked it up before, but the cost per kilogram it takes to take something to space is like $50,000 per
Holy
kilogram.
crap.
So that's like 2.2 pounds or so. So if I'm 205 and Major's 190, so it's 15 pounds. We're talking about 7.5, just about 7.5 kilograms. That's $350,000 worth more of a ticket, just based on 15 pounds.
Oh my god.
Only can take your phone.
And then your phone weighs probably, depending on your phone, I would say most phones weigh about a pound or so, maybe a pound and a half.
Boom, 25 grand.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just take your phone with you, 25 grand. But then there's also no satellites on Mars, so there's not any use to you.
You got a camera and
Yeah,
like
take pictures.
wordscapes.
Okay.
Big bucks, I mean,
Get some offline games and you have your camera. But then is that worth the $25,000 to take your phone with you?
I'll just probably pull up with my drawers.
Do
That's
they have outlets on Mars? How are you gonna charge your phone?
Portable charger,
What happens when your portable charger dies?
It's 9 months.
generator. I'll take a 150-pound generator with me and like 10 gallons of gas. No, that wouldn't make any sense. But then if people get to Mars, like that first trip, or like the first trip to industrialize and create infrastructure on Mars, how do you do it when you don't have?
There's no materials there.
I mean, there's materials there, but like the types of metals. I mean, it's like, starting over. Like you're going back to
This
2000 BC, and you're just starting over.
Starting a Minecraft world right
Pickaxe
there.
and hammer.
You're creating a Minecraft world on Mars.
It's pretty sick.
Maybe it's something that Minecraft should do. They should make a Mars update.
Okay. Be pretty interesting.
I do know Mars is smaller than Earth.
Yes, it is. That's why it doesn't have a magnetic field. We talked about this. That's why Mars's oceans dried up. It's because whenever it was cooling off after, I don't know if it was the Big Bang, but when our solar system was forming, it was just a big ball of magma, liquid hot magma. It cooled off faster than Earth. And because of that, I don't know the specifics, but because it cooled off faster, there wasn't a magnetic field to protect Mars.
Yeah.
And because it took Earth longer, and I'll look that up real quick just to be more specific.
One thing I did look up, Mars's gravity is about 38% the gravity that we have here. So you could jump like a little over twice as high. If you weighed 100 pounds, you'd be 38 pounds.
Damn.
Fat people moving to Mars.
So unlike Earth, Mars has no inner dynamo to create a major global magnetic field, as magnetic field lines cannot pass through electrically conductive objects, such as Mars. They drape themselves around the planet, creating a magnetosphere, even if the planet does not necessarily have a global magnetic field. I don't know if that was insightful into the conversation, but also Venus is really interesting too. Venus gets really hot. It's like 600 degrees on the surface of Venus.
Damn.
And Venus is about the same size as Earth. It's very comparable. But they also have its atmosphere is basically just greenhouse gas. It's just CO2. That's the entire atmosphere. And it traps all the heat on the surface of Venus. That's why it gets so hot there. So Venus technically does have an atmosphere of just like mostly CO2.
Yeah.
And that's why the idea of global warming, they're putting all the CO2 in the atmosphere, and then the CO2 kind of traps the heat in the surface of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what's happening on Venus. And if I speak out of terms, then I'm sorry, but that's what I remember from 12th grade astronomy.
Where does it rain diamonds? I think
Neptune?
Is it
I think so.
Neptune? One of those.
But then you think about it, how do you know that? Like, how do you know it rains diamonds?
Dude, yeah, I mean,
Just send a giant bucket out there.
someone pull up a diamond tester.
Do they have like cameras recording the diamonds?
I don't know.
It says deep within Neptune and Uranus, it rains, or Uranus, it rains diamonds, or so astronomers and physicists have suspected for nearly 40 years. Only a single space mission, Voyager 2, has flown by to reveal some of their secrets, so diamond rain has remained only a hypothesis. But then to create diamonds,
There has to be a lot of pressure.
So
a lot
much
of
pressure.
heat.
Yeah.
heat and pressure in the atmosphere. But then you look at Neptune, it's just a blue ball. It just looks like a swimming pool. Like, where's all that pressure coming from?
Dude, what if Neptune was just a giant swimming pool that you could like swim through it?
That'd be pretty dope. Like Italy, like Venice, Italy.
You know what? It rains on different planets. So obviously it rains water on Earth.
Really? I didn't know that.
On Venus, it rains acid.
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah.
On a different planet that is just named as I say it, HD 189733b. That planet rains glass.
Holy shit.
my god!
Can you imagine it raining glass on you?
You're just looking up at the sky. Oh, what's coming? And then you just shards of glass.
You got no eyes
through
left.
Your eyes.
You're wearing helmets all the time.
Talk about one of the things you need to survive, like food, water, shelter. I think shelter would be at the very top of the list. Neptune, apparently it rains diamonds. And then OGLE hyphen TR hyphen 56B, it rains iron.
Damn, that's some heavy ass rain.
That'd be really heavy rain. And on Titan, which I think is a moon of,
Saturn.
Jupiter.
Jupiter?
I don't know. Let's see.
The thing with the circle. I don't know. Jupiter. Yeah.
I think it's,
Wait, no, that's Saturn.
that's Saturn. But, I think Titan is Saturn, but I'll look it up in a second. It rains methane.
Oof.
I don't know enough about methane other than
One spark of a lighter and that whole atmosphere is gone.
that too. Yeah, that too.
Don't cows make methane?
When they
Their
fart,
poop? Yeah.
We do too, right? But like
I think
less.
so.
It's like
Way
natural
less.
gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just E. coli. Let's see. Methane. Actually, what was I going to look up? I was looking up something else.
Wait, is it true?
Oh, Titan.
Is it true if someone farts on your face, you can get pink eye?
Yes.
Wait, that's actually a thing.
Yes. It's
Shit.
Titan, is a moon of Saturn. Okay. That's what I thought. I know we've talked about it before, but I think one of the most interesting moons of any moon other than our own, actually our moon isn't that interesting, but the most interesting satellite, which would be a moon of Jupiter, which is Europa. I've talked about it before. I'm really interested to see whenever that shuttle gets there. Because I know that we're sending like a probe out there to go look at it, and it's just a big ball of water.
Really?
It's just like an ice ball.
I thought they're sending it to Titan.
Titan maybe.
Because I read something about it that today.
Europa. I mean, other than Mars, is our next best bet for finding life. Just because of the fact that it has water there, and so wherever there's water, there's life. And Mars had water at one point in time.
So it might have had life at one point in time.
It might have, but we don't know.
I remember that news came out. It was recently, like a couple years ago. They found ice.
Yep. Well, it was like, if you look at pictures of Mars, if you look at the poles of it, you can see where there's some ice, and you can see some like water residue, but it's mostly ice because it's much colder on Mars.
They have no atmosphere, so it's the temperature of space.
Right. But then if you think about it, you're always like on edge if you're living on Mars. You're always, they'll make like domes that you can live in that have oxygen in them, which would be interesting. Like, I don't know how they'll end up doing that, like converting whatever atmosphere gases are around Mars and then converting into oxygen. Just plant a bunch of trees or something. But then how the trees, there's no carbon dioxide. But it's interesting. We'll see how it goes. So I think in our lifetime that's possible.
It's possible.
I think it's possible.
Cool idea for a movie is like we go colonize Mars and it's been like 100 years and we have this thriving civilization, just to find out that like there was already a civilization there. There already is a civilization there. They just had to go underground because something happened to Mars, and then we're fucked.
And you just find like ruins on Mars of like
one day they go out to explore and they find like a tunnel that just leads into this gigantic like kingdom of a hollowed out Mars.
And the Russians were there. Just like a Russian cave.
Just Vladimir Putin sitting right there.
He's got no mask on. He's like, yeah, I've already adapted. I was going to say something.
Russians are built different.
Yeah, definitely. But can you imagine like living on Mars? Like, would there be like Amazon on Mars? It's like, oh yeah, I just ordered something. It'll be here in 9 months. It's like, bro, I just want the charging cable. Then you have nothing to charge it with because there's no outlets. I mean, like, I know that we make electricity with fossil fuels here, but then how would you make electricity on Mars? And then would there be like some kind
generators and gas?
Gas. I feel like there'd be a real push if we got to Mars and started colonizing it. I feel like there'd be like a real movement to make sure that everything that we do on Mars is like in terms of energy is renewable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure before we get to that point of colonization, renewable, there will be another like new, more efficient.
Oh, and because there's no atmosphere on Mars, solar panels would work way better.
Oh yeah.
Way more efficiently.
Dude, what if we just like turned half of Mars into just straight solar panels and then connected that with like a wire to the Earth?
Just one long extension cord.
Or we could just take like gigantic batteries and charge the battery on Mars and then bring the battery back. But you use half the battery to charge the spaceship.
Just come back to Earth with like 50% used up already.
So there's someone that who said the space.stackexchange.com said, so let's estimate that Mars Base 1 will require 10,000 kilowatts of power. An average solar panel will have an efficiency of just about 20%. Some can get as high as 25 or 35%, but most are in the 20s. So we'll say that the solar panels have about a 20% efficiency. And I just think that means the amount of energy coming from the sun, how much the solar panels can capture, it would be about 20%. But then I wonder what that conversion would be on Earth.
Wonder how transportation would be like.
Trains. Spaceships.
Spaceships?
Yeah.
What do you
Space
think?
trains.
Space trains.
Underground trains.
Well, that's what people are doing now with trains is they're doing magnet trains, like magnet rails.
Yeah.
So maybe we could do the same thing on Mars.
That's
Maybe
what
we set up mag rails to go all the way to Mars, and then the next day the solar system shifts, and all of a sudden we don't have a fucking rail anymore.
But then there's also no magnetic field on Mars, so you can't do magnets.
Oh.
Imagine if fast travel was a thing. Like you just press a button, boom, I'm in Russia.
Boom tubes.
So to put this in perspective, solar panels on Mars would be just about twice as effective as they are on Earth, just because there's no atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And and then Mars is further away, closer to the sun here, but because there's no atmosphere.
That direct sunlight.
Yeah.
Is Direct.
And I forget what the filter is. I think it's there's a layer of the atmosphere that's a filter for.
It's like I think it's the ozone.
Dude, I can't imagine the UV indexes. The SPF on the sunscreen gotta go up.
200 SPF.
Imagine, no.
Bro, you start tanning your spacesuit.
Man, you get sweaty.
Oh my
dude,
God.
that's so bad. It was
I always
so
feel-
hot today.
I always feel bad like seeing astronauts like being out in space doing things, and they're just like, what if they got an itch or something?
Dude, an itch from my crotch and I can't scratch it. It's over. It's over.
But then they also have bathrooms in their suits.
Wait, they do?
Yeah, they got bathrooms in their suits.
I'm buying a astronaut suit. I could just. I have to pee right now, so I could just.
I bet they would be so expensive.
They are so expensive.
Yeah, look, how much does it cost to buy an astronaut suit? Like a real one. Not one of those bogus SpaceX ones. There's got to be a NASA astronaut suit.
I'm guessing like 50K.
What?
They can be as much as 250 million, but
A spacesuit
they're originally about 22 million.
to buy a real astronaut
If
suit.
you want to like be able to breathe in space, you're paying millions.
Oh my god. That's real drip right there.
Where the hype beast at?
I bet Kanye gets one, starts wearing one everywhere. He'd be the one. Kanye would be the one to buy an astronaut suit. Be like, yeah, just drop 50 mil on this. It says Supreme on it.
You can get a $10,000 Final Frontier spacesuit from NASA, but I don't think it is for.
It's definitely not real.
It might be the undergarment to the spacesuit or something.
So the one for $10,000, that's like there's somewhere in fine print that says, "Do not wear this in space." We cannot ensure that you will not suffocate and die. You know that thing you'll see in movies where, not necessarily a horror movie, but I would just say thriller movies in general, wherever people are in space and someone like gets dislodged and their helmet comes off. There's an idea that you'll explode, like your face will explode because of the vacuum.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
No, I think
we just
suffocate.
freeze.
Yeah, you freeze and suffocate immediately.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna look it up real quick because
Because it's like negative 30 degrees Celsius in space, so you freeze instantly.
I don't know if you would freeze instantly.
5 seconds. Let's see if no oxygen.
Temperature in space.
I do see a lot of that though, like heads exploding. There's like an SNL bit on it where Pete Davidson he took his shit off.
Oh yeah, it just exploded. It's about negative 450 degrees in space.
Holy.
So, yeah, pretty cold.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you'd probably freeze instantly. But then you think about it. How did we make that happen where you can have people in space just like in a suit and they are...
Think about the trial and error that we had to go through.
And how nobody... there have been, as we know of, there's been no casualties up to this point.
In space?
None. There have been
So we just
zero.
got it.
There have been zero American casualties in space.
Really?
Yes.
How do we just get it right?
That's crazy how we hit every time. No misses.
Win the Olympics.
Let's see, casualty. I spelled that wrong. Oh. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, we're
Hold on,
tracking
hold on. That's just what I heard, so maybe I was wrong. It says, as of 2020, there have been 15 astronaut and 4 cosmonaut fatalities during space flight.
Oh, so during the flight.
Astronauts have also died while training for space missions, such as the Apollo 1 launch pad fire, which killed the entire crew. I remember that. Well, obviously, I don't remember it because I wasn't alive when it happened. I remember hearing about it. I know that happened. Mm-hmm. I know that Apollo 1 just burst into flames and everyone on board died, which was really unfortunate. There have also been some non-astronaut fatalities during space flight-related activities.
Meaning?
That would be like that guy.
Bystanders?
No, it'd be like that guy. What's his name? I mean, maybe it's bystanders, but
Someone like at the launch pad.
like that perhaps, but I was thinking like that guy that jumped off from like the edge of the atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would be a non-astronaut space flight related activity. Actually, you know what? Non-astronaut space flight related activity. I feel like it would just be like a bystander. It's like someone near the pad whenever it exploded, right?
Someone tried shrieking the field. Or something.
Right. A total of 18 people have lost their lives while either in space or in preparation for space, in 4 separate incidents.
Four separate instances, 18 people.
The 2 worst disasters both involved NASA's space shuttle. And that would be Apollo 1 for sure. And then
Another one that exploded.
has anyone died in SpaceX?
No, because
Yes.
it's just automated. There's no one on it, I'm pretty sure.
As they drove on Highway 4, they crashed into an 18-wheeler that was stalled outside the SpaceX facility, resulting in the death of a guy named Carlos Venegas. 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 How do you say that? Venegas? Anyways. And then his wife, too. So.
That's tragic.
But
At least they
they
don't-
wasn't like, it's not like they were in space. Like they were, like it was a space flight. It was just, he crashed into an 18-wheeler outside of SpaceX. So that's the only way they can say that anyone has died related to SpaceX. So no.
Damn.
But yes, the whole SpaceX thing is automated, which is,
That's insane.
it is cool. That's kind of why I want to get a Tesla at some point, just to see like the automation of like it driving itself and parking itself. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I knew a girl senior year. She had a brand new Ford Edge, I think, and like one time during lunch, I was walking back in and we were Snapchatting, and she was like, "Yeah, my car can park itself." I'm like, "How bad at driving are you?"
Dude, that's like $4,000 extra.
Yeah. Just
I think the self-driving component that you get with a Tesla is about that much. I think you pay about $4,000.
Oh,
Maybe?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm wrong. I think it might be more than that.
I mean, the car itself is like 70 grand, 50 to 70, something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, no, I mean, I think the cheapest Tesla you can get is the Model 3,
yeah.
and those start at like 40 grand.
Damn.
So you can get like the base model Tesla for about 40 grand.
I was thinking about the other day, like it's not as funny just because you can relate it to a regular car. Like I gotta go fill up gas, be like, damn it, I'm gonna be late. I gotta charge my car.
Back in July, so exactly just about a month ago, Tesla launches its first self-driving subscription package for $200 a month. So
That's a lot.
that is kind of a lot.
You said subscription?
Yeah, so then you pay like a monthly fee to have self-driving on your Tesla.
It's like paying for a chauffeur that you never see.
Right.
Dude, when they finalize or when they finish the AI driving, there's going to be like hella robo taxis.
Yeah.
Tesla's driving around.
So what happens to
No one in
Uber? Uber and Lyft, they're just gone.
it, just gone.
Yeah.
Even though they're the ones that make taxis go away, they're gonna get pushed out too.
Yep. For sure.
They started implementing Alfie, the company Alfie, like games in the back,
Mhm.
switches in the back, news, like how a taxi would.
Yeah.
There's just screens of display of the news and stuff. Pretty
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever had someone, like two people, just like erratically telling you the same story at the same time, and they're both like yelling it at you? Have y'all ever had that happen?
Yeah.
I was when I went and smoked that 10G cone. David was getting yelled at by these two guys that were telling the same story, and I was trying to follow it, but I couldn't because after a while, I just had to pick one. I was like, okay, I got to pick one guy to listen to because I can't get the story from both of them. And then one of them gets a little bit quieter while the other one gets louder, and then it kind of goes back and forth, and you're like, well, where the fuck is this story?
So what was the story about?
I don't even know. Like, another thing I thought about the other day, what if black holes are just fast travel for a greater entity? There's something bigger out there, bigger than all of us, bigger than all the planets, and they just like squeeze through black holes.
So like a wormhole, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, they explored that in Interstellar. when Matthew McConaughey went into the black hole.
Yeah.
He enters the fifth dimension, I think.
Fourth.
Okay.
And I watched the movie for the first time last night. They've been kind of putting it off for a while.
Really?
Donnie Darko. Ever heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Or early Jake Gyllenhaal movie from like 2001. And I don't want to ruin it. I guess the movie is 20 years old, but
Just ruined it.
it is 20 years old. And he's a troubled guy, and it kind of talks about wormholes a little bit and like alternate dimensions. And basically, he was able to see, because the dimension that he was in, he could see the paths that people were going to take, like before they even happened.
Okay.
And it had something to do with time travel and wormholes. I mean, it's kind of a lot to process. I liked the movie. I thought it was okay. It kind of feels like it feels like it's smarter than it really is. I don't mean to say that about a lot of movies, but it was interesting. I mean, because usually what I'll do when I watch a movie like that is I'll go like to YouTube and see like an explained, explain the movie. Just want to understand it.
That's me with every Christopher Nolan's
Yes,
films.
I did the same exact thing. Those are great though.
Tenet. I like Tenet.
Yeah, I like Tenet too. I need to watch it a second time.
Yeah. I watched Inception like 5 times. I was just like, this is it. I mean, this is a good. I also watched Interstellar a couple of times.
Yeah.
I like the soundtrack from it.
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inception's really good in that way too. I think I've seen Inception maybe once all the way through. At the end of the movie, do you think do you think it falls?
No. I think he was in a dream.
You think so?
Yeah. He's stuck in the dream.
I think he wasn't.
Really?
I think it falls. What was it, like a top? Like he spins a top, right?
That thing that to keep you like
Level.
Yeah, level.
And so he spins the top, and then like basically he walks away from it because he does. At that point, he just decides he doesn't care. He doesn't want to know if he's in a dream or not. He's kind of back to the reality of his life that he always wanted. But then, Major, have you seen the movie or understand the premise at all?
I understand the premise. I haven't seen it all the way through, but I have seen parts. I don't know what y'all are talking about though right now.
So basically, if you ever get lost in these dreams, because they'll go into dreams of dreams of dreams, but then they have like these items that they can use to make sure that they're not in a dream or they are in a dream, because sometimes you can't tell. And so Leonardo DiCaprio's character has a top, right? And so what he'll do is, to make sure that he's in a dream or not, he'll spin the top on a table or on a flat surface. And if it just stays spinning infinitely forever, he's in a dream. But if it falls over, he knows he's in real life. And so at the end of the movie, it's a 10-year-old movie. I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, it's 10 years old. He like comes back to, this world after all these level of dreams, like the climax of the movie, and they do their thing. And he comes back and he thinks he's out of this dream and he's back in reality, and he's got his kids and his wife and whatnot. And he like spins the top. And that's what I was saying to Hieu. Like he walks away from the top. He doesn't even care to look back anymore because he doesn't care. He just like wants to be done, right? But then the final shot is him like playing with his kids, and then like the top is spinning.
Yeah. It just pans to the top and it keeps spinning.
It's spinning and then it cuts. So then you have to figure out for yourself, like, do you think it was going to fall? Do you think he's in a dream still? But then you watch the course of the movie and then you kind of make that up for yourself. But it's really good, and I love movies like that.
Yeah.
And that's one of those movies you would go on YouTube and watch the explained version for.
I don't need to go watch the explained version because you just ruined the whole movie.
I didn't ruin the whole movie for you. There's so much that happens in the movie.
Yeah, there's so much that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, so then you can figure it out for yourself. But a movie that has a cliffhanger like that, I love it. I love it so much.
I love movies
Inception
where you're just
2.
like Inception 2, Imagine,
There's a sequel coming out for some movies.
Avatar 2.
Yeah, Avatar is doing some sequels. Knives Out. You ever heard of that or seen that? It was like a mystery movie that came out about 3 years ago. Daniel Craig plays like this Southern draw investigator. I guess you hadn't seen it. It's a really good movie, but he's doing some more of those. And then isn't there going to be more John Wicks?
I don't know. But what recently dropped was Spider-Man. The
Yes.
trailer.
I just saw that about an hour ago.
Going crazy.
Wait, like the thing about the 3 Spider-Mans?
Yeah. Like Spider-Man No Way Home.
Wait, is that actually happening with 3 different
Well,
Spider-Mans?
that's the thing we don't know. But all the villains from all the 3 Spider-Man, the original actors and all that, they're in Spider-Man. But we don't know if...
John Wick 4 comes out in May. There's already a release date for it, and I'm stoked. I love John Wick so much.
John Wick's dope.
Yeah, John Wick
Love
is sick.
Wick.
I'm definitely going to see that.
Epitome of badass.
Seriously, I've seen John Wick 2 and 3. I never saw 1.
Never saw one.
I never saw 1. I need to watch it. I need to watch John Wick 1. But then that's the thing though, is like I started with John Wick 2 because it was like on Prime or something. I was like, you know what, I need to start watching these. So I watched it and I was like, oh, this is really good. And then the third one came out. I was like, oh, I guess I'll watch this one now too. But then so I just skipped the first one. So I need to go back and watch the first one for sure.
Forget about the origin story, you know.
Yeah, just screw it, whatever. So I did figure it out. So I'm looking at Tesla's Cybertruck right now. If you wanted to get the full self-driving package when you order your Cybertruck, it's 10 grand. That's 10 grand, yeah. So
It's worth it.
it's either you pay 10 grand or $200 a month.
I mean, it's worth it. If there are like updates, you can get the updates also.
Yeah.
You know?
It only takes like 8 years for
It has to pay for itself.
yeah. So
But
if you don't want the Cybertruck for too long, I would just pay for the subscription. But if you're gonna have it for more than 8 years, then I would just buy the package.
like if I'm getting a Cybertruck, I want to drive it though.
That,
You know?
that is true.
Unless you're doing some like Fast and Furious shit, and you have to like
Not 8 years, it's about 4 years.
let the
Really?
whip drive
Yeah,
it.
4 years. So if you bought a
Oh, I did $1,200 a year, not $2,400 a year. Yeah, so it's about 4 years.
Quick maths.
yeah, so then if you get a Tesla and you're gonna keep it for longer than like 4 years, then yeah, you just go ahead and buy it outright. If you're gonna use a self-driving, and I honestly I would use it.
I would use it for road trips.
I would
Yes,
I
that's
would
what I
buy
mean.
the self-driving just to like rent it out as a taxi, so it can make me money and pays off.
But there has to be someone in the driver's seat when it's self-driving.
Just play Clash Royale.
Yes, yes.
In stage 4, I don't think you need to.
Stage 4 what?
Stage 4 of self-driving.
Oh,
They're
when
only
the-
on stage 2 right now.
right. So as it is right now, there has to be someone in the
There
driver's
has to
seat.
be someone, yeah.
So then you're saying like in 10 years maybe.
Just
Yeah.
buy a Tesla and have it drive itself to drive. What if someone steals your Tesla?
Eject button.
Turn it into a James Bond car.
Imagine. Would you trust a Tesla to drive you to like workplaces and stuff?
In 10 years, yeah.
What about right now?
Maybe not.
I've looked it up before. There's only ever been, I want to say, one incident where people have died fatally from self-driving Tesla.
The one recently that they're getting sued about?
I
Or-
think so. It happened like in the woodlands in Texas about, it was a
yeah,
handful
yeah.
of months ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
But they are getting sued for.
yeah, there's no way they're not getting sued for it. But then in Tesla's defense, there apparently wasn't anyone in the driver's seat. So I think what ended up happening was I think there was 2 people in the car and they were both in the back seat.
Okay.
So
That's some specialized roadhead right there. Damn. I wouldn't trust like a car. Actually, I don't even like electric cars. I like old cars.
yeah,
And like, you know, shift.
yeah,
And feel the shift.
yeah.
Not just
I am
like,
one with my vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not just like instant torque.
yeah. You ever driven a stick before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Driven a couple sticks.
I missed my first car.
What was your first car?
It was an 86 Nissan 300ZX.
Ooh.
It was
okay.
really fun to drive. It really was.
Damn.
I mean, it didn't look that great. The paint was kind of faded in some places, and the plastic on the bumper on the front and the back was like, you know, kind of washed out a little bit. But it was a fun car. It was a really fun car. It was a 5-speed, and
Yeah.
yeah,
all,
great.
all those cars are like gaining popularity right now.
Oh,
like
yeah.
all the JDM cars, like the 240SX, the 300ZX,
Yeah,
S2000s, all of those.
yeah. What are you looking at, Major?
I'm trying to find the color of which one you had. It was like a champagne gray kind of.
Yeah, it was like a grayish color.
It pretty much looked like this.
But I'd probably get another one again at some point.
Oh, bro, this one's got a turbo. You didn't have a turbo.
I didn't have a turbo, no.
Oof.
But if I were gonna get another 300ZX, I would get the one with a turbo for sure. I can see myself doing that, definitely.
I could see myself getting that Cadillac. That
Man, you're just
CTS
all about Cadillacs,
that
man.
CTSV, man.
Dude. I had to drive a Cadillac on my work, like literally on Sunday, and they had like those spiked rims out of the side.
Oh, we saw
Blade-
one of those.
blades.
Yeah.
When I was taking you to pick up your truck, there was some guy on the road that had blades coming out of the side of his wheels, and they were like a foot long.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was so bad, so I had to parallel park it. So I was so scared to like parallel park it, but like it was fine. The bad thing was there was no steering wheel fluid, so I had to like
Oh, there's no power steering pump.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, I guess it's just for like the cloud. It just looks cool, but then at the same time, you're gonna hit so much stuff.
Yeah. It was bad.
2 parking spots wherever you go.
Yeah, got a cushion of protection whenever you park.
Can't pull up to downtown with that.
You could.
Good parking be ass.
Yeah. Imagine giving that to the valet. Like, yeah, I figured out.
That's what he said to me. He just pulled up. He's like, figure it out. I'm like, okay.
I want to drive a Tesla. I just want to like floor a Tesla and just
Really?
see how like actually fast it is.
I drove the new one, the S Plaid, the one.
Oh, the plaid?
It was like a yoke steering wheel.
Yeah.
And it has instead of a gear shift, it's a swipe up for drive.
Oh, really?
And I was just like, I'm in a spaceship. Like for real, I was straight up in a spaceship. Everything was like so simple, the interior,
Yeah.
but it was nice.
Yeah, I'd like to see the inside of one of those before. I've like ever since Tesla's come out, I've always been so jealous because they have that multimedia screen in the front. It's just massive.
Yeah.
It's
like
so
you're playing the Wheel of Fortune.
seriously, it's huge.
Yeah.
And then I think there's cars doing this now, but they have like an HUD, a heads up display on the
Dash.
windshield glass.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Display
All the
on.
cars have that now. The Taycan has that, I'm pretty sure.
I think there's a Cadillac that has it. It might be the Escalade, the new ones that are coming out. They have like a display on the inside of the driver's side windshield.
That's cool. The Escalade, they're classy. Very nice cars.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever get one, but they're cool.
I would get like a '06 Suburban that's all sun beat up and then put like a light rack on it and big tires.
Yeah, but apparently you
Put
can
a ladder on the back for no reason.
install your own heads up display on the windshield of your car.
Yeah.
You can like buy one off the internet and then connect it to your car, and then
I've seen those Instagram ads.
yeah. I don't know if I'd ever do that though. It just feels tacky, especially if you're doing it yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
But whatever.
I would want a Prius.
So, I know you asked this question before. How do astronauts poop? Right?
They usually just wait till they go back to the space station.
To poop, astronauts use thigh straps to sit on the small toilet and to keep a tight seal between their bottoms and the toilet seat. There is a hose with a funnel at the end for peeing and a small raised toilet seat for pooping. And I guess that's on the ISS or whatever, how they go to the bathroom in space.
Dude, imagine just taking a shit in space, falling asleep, and then shit just flies out.
Do astronauts poop in their suits? Each spacewalking astronaut wears a large absorbent diaper called a maximum absorption garment to collect urine and feces in the spacesuit. The astronaut disposes of the mag when the spacewalk is over and he or she gets dressed in regular work clothes. So they wear a giant diaper whenever they go on spacewalks.
I would just hold it. Like I couldn't. Have you ever shit your pants and had to keep walking?
Unfortunately.
It's not fun. You just feel you feel more agile because your butt,
Because you're penguin walking.
no, because like your butt is just like lubed up from all the poop, so it's just like sliding back and forth. There's less friction, makes you move faster.
So then you wear the diaper. You'd wear the mag.
You still got shit in your cheeks, man.
Would you wear the maximum absorption garment?
I would wear it, but I wouldn't use it.
What if you had to? What if it was an emergency?
I've been in emergencies. I can make it.
You can make it.
What's the longest you think you've ever had to hold in an emergency?
A few hours, like a road trip.
Oh my god.
I don't know, like a road trip or something. I mean, like, everyone's had that moment where like you run to the toilet and like as soon as you sit down,
You just like
that's an emergency. I've been able to hold emergencies, but like not very well.
So then, wait. Here's another question: can you fart in space?
I would assume.
I feel like it was just
I mean,
like
But it's a vacuum.
you would just see it, or smell it. A patch of just stuff.
When astronauts are not in the spacesuit and floating about, the fart smell is exaggerated by the lack of airflow from the recycled air used and its inability to mask any smell. As per your second question, the ability to thrust about in space from a fart is very near impossible. So I guess there's a forum and some guy asked a 2-part question. The second one was like, can you thrust yourself with a fart?
Imagine it's like Wario.
I mean, you could probably be like Wally and use like a fire extinguisher.
That would work. I mean, that's pretty much what they use already. Because I know you haven't seen Interstellar, have you?
Not
They
all
have
the way
that
through.
Yeah, they have like the little pressurized,
air, yeah.
the little like thrusters.
Little boosters.
Yeah, little boosters that they can like turn and maneuver things in space.
That's cool.
Let's see. I'm just on Google, and my search was American casualties in space. And if you scroll down, Google will have those things where like people ask questions. You can press the scroll down and it'll answer the question. And sometimes the questions are just ridiculous. Do astronauts eat poop? Let's answer this question. The scientists of Penn University said that the new process includes mixing human excreta with microbes, which will eventually turn into edible substance. So, it sounds like it's possible at some point to eat poop in space. Do you think astronauts drink alcohol in space?
I feel like you would be like super drunk, just like off of one sip.
You probably would be, because the altitude, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about that, getting wasted and just staring at Earth. And then you realize, like, while you're just wasted, you're like, I'm in space.
But what are the rules are against getting high?
You probably can't smoke inside the thing. And you can't hotbox your suit.
What if you had like wax or something? Or like juice?
Just like, guys, I'm gonna borrow the shuttle real quick. Just like,
Alcoholic drinks are generally disallowed in space flight, but space agencies have previously allowed its consumption. NASA has been stricter about alcohol consumption than the Roscosmos. I'm guessing that's the Russians. The Russians just drink all the time. Both according to regulations and in practice, astronauts and cosmonauts are restricted from being intoxicated at launch, which probably makes
that means
sense.
At launch,
just at
though.
launch.
At launch,
I was gonna
though,
say.
yeah, that's
At
the end thing,
launch.
At launch. Probably got like some shots of Tito's just hidden in a sack or something.
Yeah.
Pour up.
Let's see.
Then pour out 18.
Dude, I wonder like the food. If they like to pick your food, they just give you like a meal plan for like 9 months. You have to like stick to it.
And it's all like vacuum packed food.
Yeah. The MREs. Actually, is that what they're called?
I'm pretty sure they're called
Military
MREs.
ready to eat.
Yeah, that's the military stuff. And then I don't know what the astronauts have. They have like freeze dried food,
Yeah.
like peas and carrots and stuff.
ARE.
Yeah, maybe that's what it's called.
What kind of food would you want though?
Beef.
You're like have to stay in space like for 9 months.
Pancakes.
Chicken pot pie,
Chicken pot pie,
Pizza.
tacos.
tacos.
Do you think anyone's had a beer in space?
Probably.
A research project from the University of Colorado brewed a tiny batch of beer in space, and they found that it had a much higher alcohol content than beer brewed on the ground.
So why are we still brewing our beer down here?
We should invent the first space beer. It'd be crazy expensive, but we'd go to we'd go to space, and our brewery would be in space, and we'd brew all of our beer in space, and then it would just like come down in capsules, all the beer.
That would be like $1,000 beer.
It would be really expensive. Yeah, it
That'd
would
be
be.
vodka
Yeah,
beer.
but we'll make profit back.
Vodka beer.
Vodka beer.
So, I guess I'm just going to keep scrolling these questions. Do you think you get drunk quicker in space?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
There's no getting drunk faster in space like in planes. Some studies suggest that there's no evidence to support us getting drunk any faster in planes, so who knows why I acted the way. Okay, so I'm not going to finish the rest of that. Some guy had a good time on a plane.
I think Delta or American, they just banned alcohol because of that one guy who got super drunk, and they had to like duct tape him to like the seats and stuff.
Really?
Like American Airlines, I think. One of those.
Airlines ban alcohol in planes in response to COVID.
I don't know about COVID, but we were pouring up shots when we went to Cancun.
Interesting. Yeah, it just looks like, I mean, most airlines during COVID. Wait,
Well,
what?
I mean, if they ban alcohol on planes, then you can never be like that, like Keith Urban song where he's like, "I'm getting drunk on a plane."
Yeah. But this came out 5 days ago. American Airlines bans alcohol on flights until next year.
Yeah.
And it's a COVID thing.
It's a COVID thing?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
COVID
I thought
thing.
it was that guy.
No, it's all purely a COVID thing. That's kind of upsetting though, because I remember we went on a flight recently to Florida, and I hate to be that guy, but I was still upset by how stringent their mask mandates were about like.
Okay, I'm not bothered by masks, but if there's one place I'm gonna wear a fucking mask, it is the airport.
No, and it makes
Talk about
it makes sense.
international.
It makes sense, and I get it. But then there was also talks of them changing the regulations on it come sometime around this year, like this time this year, like right now. But clearly that's not the case.
The airlines or Florida?
No, just airlines in general,
Just
like
airlines,
most
okay.
like airports and stuff.
The thing about it is, if you're on like a 5-hour flight, the odds of you wearing a mask and it helping you are very low because you're going to be using recycled air with the people around you. Maybe not recycled air, but you're going to be with the same people for 5 hours.
In a pressurized cabin.
In a pressurized,
Yeah.
controlled, very small cabin. So I feel like once you're on the plane, it doesn't matter that much. But I feel like when you're walking through the airport, it's pretty damn important.
It makes sense. I mean, it's like 3 or 4 years ago, whenever we drive through the neighborhood, and we would see people walking around with masks on. We're like, what are they doing? Like, why are they wearing masks? And then now we're like, okay, interesting.
Why aren't they wearing masks?
Interesting, right? Yeah. So, I just wish more information would come out about it, or just like, I just hate how it's so political. Just it could just be unbiased. We have all the facts, and then we could make
That's true.
educated decisions from there.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's
But
okay.
how's money going to be made, like, with logic? Are you kidding?
Yeah, how are they supposed to sell vaccines if there's no more pandemic? So, whatever.
What did y'all take for the vaccine?
Pfizer?
Pfizer?
Yeah, I got Pfizer too. I was actually supposed to get my second shot yesterday, but I forgot about it. I had a lot on my plate.
Are y'all getting
Nah.
the booster shots?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'll probably get mine.
Do you have any like underlying health conditions?
Mm-mm.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I would go with that too then.
Yeah. I mean, so that's underlying.
Right.
Kind of just pulls a good sneaky on you.
Little sneaky.
It's pretty bad. I mean,
You make a phone call?
Oh, dude, yeah. Let's make a phone call. Who do you want to call?
Ben called me already throughout the middle of this podcast. You gonna call him back?
Yeah. What are we gonna ask him?
Anything. We can just pick his brain.
All right.
All right, I guess we're calling Ben.
We'll all three ask him something.
We're all gonna ask Ben a question. All right, let's do this. I'm actually really surprised that it just connected automatically. Crazy. So I'm surprised that I just decided in the middle of the podcast yesterday that I was going to try and do this, and it just worked. I was like, wow, no preparation whatsoever. Crazy. Okay. All right, I'm going to call him. Let's see how this goes.
I should do a Q&A segment.
Q&A.
Are we gonna
Yeah.
tell him that he's on the podcast, or are we just gonna call him?
I talked about this with Joey because I was getting a Coke and he's the guy at the gas station, and I told him about it, and he goes, "Isn't there some kind of rule we got to tell someone that they're being recorded?"
Because there was that thing, I forgot who it was, but there was someone being traded, and
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones went on a whole tangent about how he didn't want to be traded to this team.
Right.
He
Like,
wanted,
he was.
he wanted to get out of Atlanta.
He was going to be a free agent, and it was Skip and Shannon. I forget the name of their show, but Shannon Sharp calls Julio Jones in the middle of while they're filming this live TV show. Doesn't tell him he's on the air, and is like, "So Julio, where do you want to go?" He's like, "Man, I don't want to play in Atlanta. Dude, I don't want to go play for the Cowboys. Screw that." And then Shannon's like, "Oh, you should go play for the Titans." And look where he is now. So I'm gonna call Ben. I'll tell him. I'll tell him that he's on the podcast.
Oh, I can. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
And your mic will, like, go in,
What if he just doesn't pick up?
like yesterday.
He's probably playing tennis. Honestly, I mean, he called me at 12 minutes ago. I'd be shocked if he didn't pick up. And then this is just a classic case. One of my biggest pet peeves is if someone calls me, and then I call them back and they don't pick up.
If I call you back within 5 minutes after you called me and you don't pick up, it's like, come on. There's no way.
Seriously. Who should we call? Let's just do one. Do you have anyone you want to call?
Just call Joey.
You want to call Joey?
Do you have his number?
No, do you?
Yeah.
Give me his number.
All right.
Do you think he'll pick up? I think he's working right now.
He doesn't have your number, so
He might answer, he might not.
I guess we'll see. All right, I'm just going to show you my phone so we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see it. Okay. So when did you get his number? He told me that you have it.
Like a few months ago. I've been sending him my progress on skating.
Joey is the gas station guy, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Giving Joey a call. What are the odds?
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10? Yeah, I say it's pretty low too. I think he's working right now. But it would be so shocking if he picked up. I'm going to see him at some point, either today or tomorrow. I'll be like, dude, I called you. You could have been on the... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to see him after this. I'm going to get a Coke. Huh?
You always go to that Valero.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your go-to drink there?
Dr. Pepper, Big Red, Dr. Pepper.
Holy shit.
Off the top of his head.
They haven't had Big Red in like 2 weeks, and it's been so annoying.
Really?
I've been filling it in with root beer, and I don't have a problem with root beer, but I prefer Big Red. But not like a lot of Big Red. You can't drink straight Big Red. It doesn't taste good like that. It tastes good as a flavorer.
Yeah.
Is Big Red strawberry or cherry?
I think it's a cream soda. Like, it's not... Because if you have like a Fanta, strawberry, it does...
They don't taste the same.
But then if you... So here's my thought. If you had like an A&W root beer cream soda and a Big Red next to each other and you're blindfolded and you tasted both of them, I feel like it would be hard to tell the difference.
I would be able to tell the difference.
If you've had enough Big Red. But it's a very similar taste.
Root beer has the most unique taste out of any soda.
Okay, I just mean cream soda. Like, if you have cream soda, I feel like they're really similar. Like, you probably might be able to tell, but Big Red is super old. It's a really old soda.
What kind of cream soda is it? Strawberry or cherry?
I would say it's probably closer to cherry. But it doesn't have it's Big Red. It's not Big Cherry. It's Big Red. It's just red. It tastes like red.
Isn't there like Big Blue also?
Yeah, and Big Pineapple.
Oh my god.
What? What does it say? You're making a face.
Some mistake the flavor for being bubblegum or hints of cinnamon, but Big Red is actually made of citrus oils blended with the vanilla of traditional cream soda.
See? Told you. It's got that cream soda taste.
But I'm still trying to figure out, is it fucking cherry? There's one right here. People ask, is Big Red cherry or strawberry?
Cherry.
Lemon?
It says lemon.
Curveball.
Fans compare the flavor to bubblegum, cherries, and strawberry cotton candy, but it's flavored by adding lemon and orange oils to traditional vanilla cream soda.
I'm telling you. How is it red? All right, make one more call.
Okay. Who are you calling?
He didn't pick up yesterday. Hopefully he picks up today. Yes. So,
Yo.
hey, Henry. Can you hear me?
Yep. What's going on, Ranters?
Can you hear me too?
Can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can.
What about Major?
I'm right here.
Yep, we got him.
What about Hieu?
Hello. This is an intervention.
You're live, Henry. You got anything you want to say?
I was sleeping. I was taking a nap.
Oh, you were taking a nap. Sorry to disturb.
No, it's okay. I was a little rattled. I get my bearings there for a second.
Well, you got anything you want to ask Henry?
Who's Henry?
Henry's a friend.
Oh,
He's been on the
okay.
show before.
Okay. He was like on the 3rd episode, right?
Yes, yeah, like 7.
Okay.
Major, ask him a question. Anything. What's on your mind?
Henry, how do you sleep at night?
Well, I like to shower before.
That helps. Those are always good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Henry, this has been fun. Sorry to disturb you.
Nice. All right, yeah. Well, thanks for giving me a little showcase on the pod.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
always. Okay, I'll see you.
all right. So.
All right, bye. That was awesome.
Woke him up.
With a segment.
We'll do more phone calls.
Well,
We got to tell Joey to pick up though.
It's been a good one.
All right, he said it. It's about time. Okay, well,
Okay.
Catch us tomorrow.
any closing words here?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
It's been a pleasure.
awesome.
Yeah, we got to keep track of all the guests that say thank you for having me.
So like keep a list.
Yeah, Hieu, you passed, so you can come back next
Well,
time.
is it a pass or is it a fail?
If you don't say thank you for having me, then you can't come on again. I don't think David's coming back.
There's no between. Yeah, sorry, David.